Hi, my name is Jilian Metz and I am an independent director with H2O at Home. I am very excited to share with you our laundry product line, which I fell in love with 5 years ago, and it all started with this purple ball that is extremely magical, and I will explain that to you in just a little bit. We are hanging out in my laundry room, which I've just realized is incredibly boring. So after this video, I'm probably going to figure out something to hang on these walls. But you know, the laundry room is where I want to be to talk about laundry and share what we have with you. Over the past 5 years, I have washed everything from cloth diapers to mountain biking and CrossFit clothes to clothes for, my kids are 5 and 7 now, and I've been doing their laundry. And I think sometimes they swim in dirt. So it has really been put to the test, and I have been extremely happy with the results. I get a lot of questions about certain machines, whether it's high efficiency or front loader or top loader, and our solutions work in all different types of machines. So do not worry about that, and I will give you little tips when I talk about each one. Hopefully I will cover everything. So we're going to talk in three different sections. I'm going to talk about washing clothes with our main washing products. I'm going to talk a little bit about stain fighting, because I know we have to do that too. And then I'm also going to give you some free tips about the dryer and reducing that static in the dryer. Some things I have learned over the years, so stay tuned for that. Let's just dig right in. The laundry room is one of the most toxic in your home, and a lot of people don't realize that, because laundry products are filled with petrochemicals, sodium lauryl sulfates, and synthetic scents and smells, which are harmful to our bodies and also really harmful to our skin, and a lot of irritation from that. People who have sensitive skin find our products and fall in love right away with the laundry products. So our solutions are going to be all toxin free. They are third-party tested by organizations in Europe who test that everything is natural and safe. We're 100% transparent with all of our ingredients, so I can help you if you have any questions about those. And you know what I found is I'm just using so little of everything I use, it saves a ton of money. Bonus, my 7-year-old is late to the game, but I'm just starting to teach him how to wash his own laundry, and he probably could have been doing it for a long time now. But they're just simple to use and simple for even kids to help out with. So we are gonna not have all those toxins touching our skin. We're gonna have softer clothes, the colors stay brighter longer, and it's just an excellent solution. So let's start with the laundry ball. This little guy is our laundry ball. Bear with me because it is totally crazy talk, but this ball is filled with ceramic pearls, and this is what they look like. And this is kind of the amount that's in there. And these ceramics agitate in your machine, and they mechanically do all the work that the soaps do chemically. So they are going to raise the pH level of your water to help it clean better. They're going to break down the water molecules so they penetrate and clean better, and then get rid of all the mold and mildew. And it has been third-party tested to remove 99.9% of germs in your wash, which is amazing. So this is our laundry ball. When you get it, you set it out in the sun for 6 to 8 hours. I know, more crazy talk, but that's just the UV rays work some of the magic. And so you're going to set it out there for 6 to 8 hours, and then you're going to toss it in this little laundry bag that it comes with. And it comes put together with the ceramics inside, so don't worry about that. You're going to throw it in the bag, zip it up, throw it in your washing machine, do laundry for a month, and the first of every month I recommend you take it out. All the ceramics still stay in the ball. You just set the whole ball outside in the sun for 2 to 3 hours. If it's bright and sunny, 2 to 3 hours. If it's cloudy, 4 or 5 or 6. You really can't overcharge it, so a lot of times I will put it outside when I remember, and I'll bring it back in the next time I do laundry, which might be that afternoon or it might be 2 days later. So there is the ball. It does not matter if it's snowing or raining, but if it is overcast, you might just need to leave it outside for a little bit longer. But I will warn you, if you have animals or neighbors have animals, make sure that you put it somewhere that dogs will not be enticed, because I've definitely had some dogs think it is a toy. So that is the laundry ball, right? We do recommend that you not leave it in the bottom of your machine if you're going a couple days without doing laundry. Just pull it out so it dries out pretty well and doesn't stay in your dark machine. But it's super simple to use. When you get to the 18 to 24 month mark, for a family of 4, that's what we estimate, you might notice that you do a load of laundry and it doesn't smell quite clean like it normally does. That probably means the ceramics have worn out and it is time to call me and order a new set of ceramics. So all you have to do is order the refill, and then your tip of the laundry ball will twist and pop off, and you'll dump out all the old ceramics, and you can put them in your, they're biodegradable, so put them in a garden or out in your mulch bed, and then you'll just refill the new ones. I suggest you use a funnel, or they come in a little bag and you can just clip the side of the bag and dump them in there. I've got a whole other video about that. And then charge it for 6 to 8 hours and you're ready to go again. So this laundry ball has actually been refilled twice in the 5 years I've had it. These beads have been used for about a year now, so I probably have a year left before I need to refill them again, and that's just crazy to me that I've been using the same laundry ball. So what the laundry ball does is about 75% of the work. For your normally soiled clothes, it might even do 100% of the work, but it also depends on your water, your machine, the material. In Virginia, when we had softer water, I could wash clothes with just the most, say, 70% of my loads that were just our normal everyday clothes, I would wash with just the laundry ball. Here in Arizona, I have a little bit harder water, and it takes a little bit of a boost from soap to wash it. The other reason that you might want to boost for that extra 25% of cleaning would be if you are washing synthetic clothes like Under Armour or base layers, because they wick away the sweat and then hold onto it for a lot longer. So a lot of your workout clothes need a little bit more of a boost to get them clean. Things like my husband's mountain biking clothes, things like dog blankets, if your kids been playing soccer in the mud, all those heavily soiled, like my 5 and 7-year-old, their clothes are usually pretty gross. Like, I will boost those loads, and some people just like to boost every single load because they're not ready to trust that's 100%, and that is totally fine. So this guy's doing about 75% of the work, and then you get to boost, and you have 2 options, and this is where our friends, the laundry soap and the laundry powder, come into play. And if you are thinking, I don't trust that ball, I don't know what she's talking about, there's no way I'm going to use that to wash my clothes, you can choose to just use the laundry soap or the laundry powder on their own. You would just need to use a little bit more of it. The bottle would not last as long. So I like to say, so this, the label, this does 33 loads if you're only using the soap. But when you're boosting, it should do 3 times that much, which is 100 loads. And I actually did a little bit of math earlier, because what I do, and we have this cute little cup that you can buy, and it's like 20 cents. And it has all of our products labeled on it. So any of our products that you need to measure are all on this cup. So we have our laundry soap, our laundry powder, our Oxy Pure, our floor cleaner, our drain and pipe cleaner, the dishwasher powder. You can measure them all with this little cup. But I'm lazy, so I'm going to show you the easy way to do it. You can also purchase a pump to go with your laundry soap, right? There's that kind of prettier one that's a little bit more expensive. And then there's this white one that works just as well, and it's a little bit less money. And once you buy one, you never need to buy it again, right? You just keep buying new bottles and then move the pump from bottle to bottle. So here is that one with the pump on it. So what I do is I measure based on this little pump, right? I just stick it up next to my drawer, and I either do 3 pumps for a lightly soiled load, or I might do 6 pumps for a heavier load. Now this is less than what the H2O at home recommends, but I have found that that's all I need to get it clean. So some people might want a little bit more, but I use 3 to 6 pumps. And if you, I got out my food scale and measured earlier this week so I could let you guys know about how many loads of laundry I'm getting out of this. I can get 185 lightly soiled loads, so just 3 pumps out of this bottle, or I can get, you know, about 92 to 100 of the heavier loads. So if I'm doing a little bit of both, this on average probably does 130 loads of laundry for me, 1 bottle, when I'm boosting with the laundry ball, right? So it's heavily concentrated, it's going to last you a long time. We have 2 scents right now. We have a lavender and a cedar mint. They both smell great. Lavender seems to be the most popular, but you know, a lot of the men kind of like that cedar mint because it's a little bit more of a masculine smell. And I will tell you that this is great for all kinds of laundry, right? This is the the basic booster is our laundry soap. The next booster I'm going to talk about is our purifying laundry powder. This is a soap, but it's also got a little bit of stain fighter in it. So, and it's also a natural brightener. So this is the soap of choice for whites. So some people will buy this just for their whites, and then obviously it lasts forever if they're just using it on those loads, because it's got a natural brightener in it. And then I tend to prefer this one because I am boosting so much athletic clothes and little kids clothes, and I like that extra stain fighting that's mixed with the soap. So this is our purifying laundry powder. And this one, I don't use the cup for this one either. I just use the little cap because I know I can always find it because it's always attached. And so I will either do a heaping 1 scoop for a light load, or I'll do a heaping 2 scoops for mountain biking clothes, the stinky stuff. In this little bag, if you're only using the purifying laundry powder, it says it will do 16 loads, but I think that's a little bit overkill. If I'm using just 1 scoop, I can do 122 boosts with the laundry powder, and if I'm using 2 scoops, it's 61 boosts. So if I'm doing a little bit of both, I'm gonna guess that I'm getting 90 to 100 loads of laundry out of my bag of purifying laundry powder, just using this to measure. Okay, so that is what I'm doing. And again, that's not what's recommended on the tag, but I find that you just don't need that much. You just need a very little bit to help out with the laundry ball. One thing to note, a lot of these products are going to recommend that you are washing with warm to hot water, but I find that it works just fine with cold water. So whether you're using cold water or hot water, I have gotten the same results. The whole time I was in Virginia, I used this guy, especially on cloth diapers and stuff, with no boost in cold water, and it worked great. So you just kind of play around with it. This guy is approved to disinfect in a warmer temperature. So if your kids like have the flu and you really need that extra level of disinfecting, I would use this with warm to hot water to do that. But otherwise, your load's cold or warm, it's totally fine with our soaps. I find they still work well. So that is laundry. Just basic washing. Let's talk about stain fighting, because I know stains are an issue. Whether it is grease from cooking, grass stains, spaghetti stains, food, blood, wine, whatever you spill, we have got some stain solutions for you. So the first one I'm going to talk about is our Netappear bar, and it is a bar of soap. Right here is a used bar. Here is a brand new bar. It's the size of a normal thing of soap. It is your all natural stain fighter. So we are replacing spray and wash, Tide Pin. I don't even know what all these things are called anymore. You can use this on all textiles. So you can replace like your Resolve carpet cleaner with this little guy. He will work on clothes, rugs, carpets, and the microfibers that we sell, or upholstery. We're getting out coffee, red wine, blood, grass stain, ink. I always say I'm not going to guarantee we're going to get out 100% of the stains, because every material is different and every stain is different. But I've had so many stories from my customers about what it gets out and what it saves, which is great. Especially, you know, you always spill on like your brand new outfit, right? And to know that you can save it and not worry is amazing. My one trick with the Netappear is you do want to use hot water with this. So what you will do is you will take whatever the stain is on. I just have a shirt here that I'm going to use as an example. So I will take this shirt, I will get it wet with hot water, I will rub a little bit of Netappear on there, and then I'm just going to agitate it together to work the Netappear in. It is an enzymatic reaction, so we recommend that you let it sit for about 10 minutes before you wash. But sometimes you'll see the stain disappear before your eyes, which is bizarre. I don't know where it goes, but the stain disappears. The nice thing also with our Netappear bar is that you, especially with kids, because I swear every shirt has a stain on it and I just don't have the energy to treat 10 things at once. If I'm really on the ball, I will, or if I notice they spill something at dinner or something, I will treat the stain that night when they get their pajamas on, and then you can just throw it in the dirty clothes and wash it a couple days later, a week later, it doesn't matter. Or you can wait the 10 minutes and throw it in the wash right away, but it's not going to fade your clothes, which is great. I recommend you always travel with this because you never know when something's going to get stained on a trip, and you can just hand wash it in the sink. I know I've got this like white bathing suit cover up, and I don't know what I got on it a trip, but I got something black like right here in the middle of my chest, and I was able to rinse it out at night, let it dry, and wear it the rest of the trip. So you always want to have this on you for those oopsie moments. In our stain fighting line, we also have a Netappear, which is the same name, but it's a little bit different of a product. This is a liquid Netappear, and it's a roll-on. Now, a lot of people would think, oh, that seems like it is so much easier to use, but it's not the exact same product. I use this on 80 to 90% of my stains, and then this, everybody has their own personal preferences. For me, I only have one use for this, but I have a lot of customers and friends who use it more than that. They use it on like the bottoms of socks and really any stains. But for me, it is the only thing I have found that tackles these silky athletic shirts that I swear, you can see this one, it's covered in stains. The stains just stick to this, and the bar doesn't get them out, but the roll-on does. You're still going to get this shirt wet with warm water, and my trick with the roll-on is that your hand is soft, and the ball rolls better on something soft. So I will actually like hold the shirt like this, and then I will apply it and rub it on. And then again, I will agitate this really well. I'll let it sit for about 5 minutes and throw it in the wash. But the one thing with the liquid Netappear is that you do not want to let it sit for a long period of time because it could possibly fade the clothes. It's stronger. It's got stronger surfactants in it to treat some tougher stains, but you don't want to let it sit too long. So I would not recommend using this on a carpet or a couch that you could not guarantee that you get 100% of it off, right? Clothes you can just throw in the wash and you know that it's going to get all of it out. But something like a carpet, if you're using your glove, you just can't guarantee you get it all out, and I would hate for you to fade something. But this is our Netappear. Again, it is a great product, and when you need it, it does the trick, but I just don't use it all of the time. But I've talked to some of my advisors and customers, and they love it, and they do use it all the time. So to each their own, I wanted to explain it because everybody has their different preferences. But it is like this right now. I don't even know what's in that ink. It is the only thing that will get this shirt clean. I try not to buy my kids light color clothing, but sometimes it just happens. The other stain fighting, this is like the Mac Daddy of stain fighting, is our Oxy Pure, and it is our bleach replacement. It is stain fighting. So it is great to boost your laundry, but where these are boosting as a soap, this is boosting as stains. So I would not like replace them. If you needed to, I would probably use both. So, you know, again, what did somebody post a picture of recently that they were boosting? Oh, they had used their glove to clean a ton of mud out of their car, and they boosted with the Oxy Pure when they washed it, just for that extra stain fighting. The cool thing about the Oxy Pure, again, I don't use it every day or even every week, but when I need it, I need it. You can clean so many other things with it. So a lot of times if I've got something that is extremely stained, I will soak. So whether I soak in the bathtub or soak in my washing machine, what you do is you put hot water in there, because that's what activates the Oxy Pure, and then I'll put in my Oxy Pure and mix it up to where it's activated and dissolved, and then I'll put in my clothes that need to be soaked and let them soak anywhere from 30 minutes to like overnight. And then I'll run the wash after that. So you can soak any of your really difficult stains. You can also use it to soak greasy things. So I will soak the screen above my stove that gets really nasty and greasy. I'll fill my sink with hot water and put Oxy Pure in it and soak it, and then that grease just slides right off. You can soak like glass, like Pyrex dishes that, you know, they get all that baked on grime. The Oxy Pure will get that right off. I like to put a little bit inside of my stainless steel coffee mugs, because when it activates, it just cleans the stainless steel like nothing else, and you don't have to do any scrubbing. So that's a trick with it. You can dissolve it in a spray bottle and it will neutralize odors. So if you have dogs or cats that have accidents all over the place and you've cleaned the spot but you just can't get rid of that odor, you can dissolve a little bit of this in hot water in a spray bottle and spray it almost like a Febreze, and it will neutralize the odor. But I will warn you that when it activates, it bubbles. So if you have it in a spray bottle, I would spray what you need to spray and then I would release the cap. Sometimes I will even do that if I have a lot of stains in clothes. I'll activate in a spray bottle and then spray my stains. But you just don't want to leave a spray bottle sitting, because it'll ooze out of the top because it's still activating and builds pressure. And once the Oxy Pure cools off, it loses its potency. So I only make as much as I need, because it's not like you can make it and leave it in your laundry room and use it for a week. Once it's cooled down and it's not hot anymore, it's not going to be working quite as well. So that is the Oxy Pure and the Netappear, which are the main stain fighting powers. The last thing I want to share with you is my freebie dryer tips. So, number one, because your clothes are not going to have all those residues in them from using normal soaps, you will have less static, right? Because that residue builds static. Number two, do not over dry your clothes. I think so often these fancy machines say they have sensors, but they don't always work great. Plus, the stuff you're putting in the dryer is all different weights, right? So your jeans take a lot longer to dry. All those other clothes that are in with your jeans that dry first, as the jeans are drying and those other clothes stay in there, they over dry and that static builds. And that's why our really lightweight skirts and dresses and blouses, ladies, have the static build up, because they dry right away and then they stay in the dryer and just build static while everything else is still drying. So if you have the energy to either wash the lighter weight stuff or dry the lighter weight stuff first, or even set your timer for 10 minutes and pull those things out and let the rest of the stuff keep drying, that will help. Number three, I guess we're on. I use wool dryer balls. We do not sell them in our catalog, but you can find them on Amazon. And I, of course, got these pretty purple ones because it's one of my favorite colors. But I have between 3 and 6. I kind of think the more the merrier. And I put 6 in there because I lose them a lot with load, so that way there's usually at least 3 or 4 in there. What these do is they just fill space in your machine and help the dryer dry more efficiently. So it's supposed to take less time to dry your clothes when you've got the dryer balls in there, which is just using less electricity and less energy. And then my final, you know what I will do too? If you want your clothes, that's what I was going to say earlier, our scents are all essential oil based, and so they smell, but they're kind of mild. I mean, if I put my nose here, I can smell it, but when I wash laundry, remember we're using very little, and it washes out of your clothes, so you don't take your clothes out of the machine and go like you would with a Tide. Like, people can't smell you walking into a room and go, oh, that person uses Tide, because it's just not that strong. But if you do want a stronger scent, or maybe it's your sheets or your towels, you can always put a couple drops of essential oils on your dryer ball. And I recommend you do a couple drops and let it sit for 5 minutes to really kind of soak into here, and then throw them in there, and it'll help your clothes smell. My favorite choice is we have a Purify Synergy in our fragrance line, essential oil line, and I'm addicted to the smell of it. So I will sometimes put a couple drops of the Purify Synergy on my laundry balls for that extra smell, especially with sheets and towels. So that is a good option. And then this is my other free solution. Safety pins. I've got 2 socks that have safety pins in them, and I've been using these same 2 socks for a long time. And it's funny because I've had some other people do this and say that the safety pins came unhooked. And maybe you just need to, I don't know. I've had these same 2 socks in my dryer for 3 or 4 years now, probably 4 years now. And what the safety pin does is similar to putting a ball of tinfoil in your dryer, but the safety pin acts like a lightning rod and collects all that static. So they collect all the static and you have yet less static in your clothes. Again, my recommendation, like my daughter plays soccer right now and she's got these long pink tube socks and I kind of want to steal one of those because these get hidden a lot in the laundry. So biggest sock and brightest sock you have or piece of fabric that is a stray, snap some safety pins in it, throw it in the dryer. These, like I said, they just stay in there all the time and absorb all the static from my wash. So it just works. I read about it on a blog 4 years ago and I tried it because I'd been using tinfoil and that wasn't working very well. It's just awesome. So that's your free tip of the day. I hope you have enjoyed learning about our laundry products. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you are already connected with an advisor, definitely reach out to them and they will help you. And if you are not, I would love to help you. My information is posted below. Just ask me any questions. And yeah, you know, it's safe. It's simple, it is saving you money, and you'll be amazed at the results with our laundry solutions. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.